Hey employee travelers, it's Johnny P. Happy to see you guys back. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My channel is to help you live your best life now by sharing my fun and crazy experiences such as traveling the world while working a 9-to-5, buying a Tesla, and also surviving in Los Angeles. If my Florida, Filipino, McDonald's started from the bottom, now I'm here, made it to LA, then you can make it here too. So today I am gonna be teaching you guys how to move to LA and actually survive. Yes, this is a place you have to survive in. So I moved to LA 2 years ago with my fiance Fred, all the way from Florida. Thumbs up if you're from Tampa Bay, Trampa gay, I don't know. So I'm gonna keep it real with you guys and tell you guys exactly how it is to live out here, especially when you're starting off with no friends, no family. In this video, I'm gonna go over how much you need to save before moving here, what areas you should live in within LA, the fires and earthquakes, if you need a car, and just other key things that you would need to know about living here that's completely different. If you're serious about moving to Los Angeles, watch this entire video. And if this video is helpful, or if you have any questions by the end of this video, be sure to comment below and I will personally answer your questions. So one last thing, give this video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell because this is part of my LA series of teaching you how to survive in this crazy city. So first thing that you need to know about moving here is you need to know your why. LA, as you may know it, is the second largest city in the United States, of course after New York, and this is the spot where millions of people come to make their dreams happen. This place is not for the weak. So you need to know your why. What is your purpose of moving here? Are you looking to be an actor? Are you looking to be a musician? Or are you just simply looking to escape your small town and small minds that you're surrounded with to experience the culture of such a huge city? Personally, the reason why my fiance and I moved here is because we wanted to feel a challenge. And let me tell you, we felt challenged ever since we even stepped foot here. We bought our house at 20 years old. Everything kind of felt very routine. We established our careers. We were working our 9-to-5s. We finished college. We pretty much had like a white picket fence lifestyle. We were pretty much set to just work for our companies that we were in for maybe like 40 years and then just like retire and die. We knew that we just felt lost and we needed something more. And because we accomplished a lot at such a young age, very independently without any of our parents' help, we were just like, we need like a new challenge. Like what else is on the list, kinda, you know? And it happened to be the city. So by that time, me and my fiance traveled every month for pretty much 3 years, from like Spain to Cuba to Canada, Italy, all these amazing places. Los Angeles eventually became our most favorite city to travel to. Let me tell you, we never travel anywhere twice, ever. It was just such a memorable experience and we always craved to visit LA. There's just something magical here about the environment. But the traveling wasn't enough. We thought, hey, maybe we just need a change of environment. Maybe we need to move to a different city. So after our like third vacation to LA, we decided to actually move here. My fiance was secretly applying for jobs without even telling me. One of the first job offers was in this place called Glendale, California. When he got the offer, we only had 3 weeks to decide if we wanted to make the move. Ultimately, we literally quit our jobs, sold our car, and dropped everything and spent $800 in gas and literally drove all the way to Los Angeles from Florida, all just to start a new life in LA and just see what would come about. So I moved out here without a job and my fiance actually took a big pay cut to move out here as well. So in the beginning we were struggling a little, but now, like fast forward 2 years later, we're making double the salary that we did in Florida and even double the salary that we came here and initially started with. So just know, if you do come out here and you work hard, you will get what you want. So if you know you're a hustler, if you know that you can work hard and you know that you're not lazy, you will survive here. So when I first moved here though, I was jobless for 2 months and I was doing so many things just to stay atop. I had so many side hustles, like I walked dogs through an app, I worked at the mall. I actually created a video to share some of those side hustles with you if you are planning to move here and you don't have something set in stone just yet. Check out the description below. 5 side hustles that can earn you over $2,000 a month. So my advice really is to write down your why because you are gonna reach some tough times here. Sometimes you feel lost and sometimes you feel like you're stuck when you're here, especially when you're alone. You have no friends and you're starting fresh, and you always are gonna need something to reflect on. When you write things down, it will help you in your times of need. You can always reflect back to that and know what your purpose is when you're lonely and when you're at your dark times, when you're living in the city as a new transplant. So next, where should you live in LA? Now, LA is a very, very spread out area. LA actually isn't just one city, it's actually a collection of 88 different cities in one. Los Angeles County is actually the biggest county in the United States and houses 10 million people. It can literally take hours to drive from one end to the other. So where do you start? Within the county, there's the city of LA, which has 4 million people. When people move here, they mainly move to the city of LA because, of course, that's like the city of dreams. So the city of LA can kind of be geographically identified, anything from the ocean to downtown. So that's pretty much where you want to move to. Anything east of downtown on is still in LA County, but that's more of the family suburban areas that you're less likely to move to if you're coming out here to live your dream. Alright, so when it comes to the city of LA, there's actually 2 parts to the city. There's actually the city of LA. It's just a crammed place with everyone just working hard and doing their best as possible. The other part of LA is called the Valley. Now, the Valley is over the hill behind LA, and a lot of people actually move to the Valley. The rent prices are cheaper by like $400 to $600 compared to the actual city of LA. Now, if you're gonna ask me what part of LA you should move to, whether it's the city of LA or the Valley, if you have money, move to the city of LA. That's where everything's at. The city of LA is a place of culture, food, experiences, and multiple stenches. I mean, like in 10 seconds you can smell like weed, BO, flowers, smog, like literally in a whiff of 10 seconds. And you're gonna be visiting LA a lot anyway, might as well live in it. Now, if you wanna, save a few $100s each month, if you're coming out here and you don't have a big savings, I would definitely recommend to move to the Valley, also known as the San Fernando Valley. The rent prices are much cheaper, but the only downside to it is you are gonna have a commute over the hill to get into Los Angeles. But the underlying key of it all is just to really live close to where you're gonna be working. If you live close to your job, then you're pretty much set. You don't really have to worry too much. If you don't live near your job and you're gonna have to travel, you're gonna be spending money like on gas and all these other expenses when you may not even need to do so if you kind of like divvy out the cost. There are other options and places that you can move to besides the city of LA and the Valley. We actually moved to a bordering city of LA called Glendale, which literally like I can throw a rock and be in LA. It does fit my fiance and I more. It's a cleaner, safer, a little fancier area. Also, my fiance's job is here in Glendale. It's just easy and convenient because he can just walk right up the street to go to work rather than drive. We pay $2,100 a month for our studio, which is only like 600 square feet. Keep in mind, we went from a 4-bedroom house to a 0-bedroom apartment, and we're paying double the price. So a way that you can find your apartment is use like apartments.com, use Trulia. Those websites are pretty like stable with finding your apartment. Other good areas to live in are the cities of Burbank or Pasadena. Pasadena is a little too far from LA. Burbank is a little closer, but these are pretty safe areas for you to have your apartment and to be able to have easy access to LA. So make sure you guys subscribe. I'm planning on creating a video to show you guys what my $2,100 a month gets me in LA, this like 600 square foot studio. So keep an eye out for that video in the next few weeks. Next question, do you need a car? This is like one of the biggest questions and debates that people have about moving to LA. And the simple answer is yes, bring your damn car. Like, bring it. You're gonna need it in this city. Now, can you survive without one? Of course you can. I mean, you're in the 2nd biggest city. They have some type of transportation that will get you around, but honestly, it is not that convenient. So one main reason why you should bring your car, besides the convenience, is actually the cost. You can pretty much own a car for very cheap here. Even if you buy like a small little Fiat or smart car, which is really cheap, you're winning because parking is a bitch out here. If you have a car payment that's maybe $100 or $200, your gas really won't be too much because the city is so compact. So owning a car here would probably equal out to even taking the public transportation here. Uber, Lyft, and riding the metro all combined probably equals out to your car payment, insurance, and gas either way. So you might as well have a car here. A lot of people mistake New York, Chicago, and LA to be the same, but LA is a completely different ballgame from New York. I mean, if you visited both, you know this. Our transportation routes, a lot of our trains and buses really aren't that great. We have a lot of hills, a lot of canyons, a lot of mountains, which is really hard to build these routes for everyone to travel to. Having a car is pretty much like a necessity. You think about it, in New York, you're spending 2 hours to get to work in a train. Why not spend 2 hours in your car with your AC, jamming and just hanging out? Especially if you have autopilot and a Tesla like us, which you should check out my autopilot videos because it's the best living in LA. When I first came out here, I actually would take the bus to work, and now that I have my Tesla, I'm so grateful. And my car drives me now, which is like super cool. Okay, John, don't get so excited. And make sure to check out my Tesla videos if you're thinking about buying a Tesla, because it's really not that expensive. If you're moving to Cali, you get a big rebate for buying a Tesla, so it equals out to be like the same price as a regular car. Now again, owning a car is not 100% needed. Really base it on where your job is at and where you live. Let's say you live like in Culver City, there's a train that'll bring you right to Santa Monica. So if you live in Culver City and work in Santa Monica, you can just ride that train every day, and other than that, everything's pretty walkable for you. And if you don't have a car, or you don't want to bring your car here, find a job or a place to live near a bus stop or a train station. Now, if you already live in LA and you use other methods of transportation, comment below on what your experience is, because you could be helping someone else that is planning to move here. Alright, the important stuff, money and jobs. The more money you save, the better. I recommend to have at least a minimum of $3,500 before you move here. Again, it's all subjective and it's all based on your own situation. But you're paying like a security deposit, your first month's rent, and needing extra money on the side, that's gonna cost about $3,500. I mean, rent alone is probably gonna be about $1,500 to $2,000. The security deposit could be anywhere from like $1,000. So just to play it on the safe side, bring at least $3,500. Now, there's also other options like renting a room on Craigslist, you know, roommating with someone, but like, I mean, you probably couldn't even live with one of your cousins or family members already. So imagine living with a complete stranger, especially when you're like new to a city. Thankfully, when we moved here, we had a lot of money saved up, so we were prepared for the move, and it's really from busting our asses off in all these places since we were 18 years old. So in LA, a 1-bedroom apartment is probably gonna be around $1,600 to $2,000, and a 2-bedroom is easily gonna be over $2,000 up to like $2,600, depending on where you live. LA has far more renters than owners because this city is like full of just transplants. A lot of people moving here from other places. So as far as finding a job when you move out here, if you're looking to have like some type of 9-to-5 or a structured job, I would plan at least 2 to 3 months in advance. Now, when I first moved out here, I was jobless for about 2 months, so it was pretty difficult being out here, but I was doing those side hustles as mentioned. And finally, I got a job, but it was actually less money than I was getting paid when I was in Florida. And they started me at an entry-level position in which I was well overqualified for. It was a little tough at first. After about 6 to 9 months, I actually found another job that paid me very well, but it was just like a completely different culture and like a lot of just weird stuff. You know, it's really hard to adjust to getting a job out here. If you can't find one in advance, make sure it's something that you're gonna like. I would recommend getting paid less money for something that you like, or getting paid good money for something you don't like, because you know, you're here to follow your dream. You have a purpose. My fiance started off working at the bank, like a personal banker, but within like a year, my fiance got a job at Warner Brothers. Now he works for like this startup. We're both making really good money now from working hard and showing off our skills on our resume. If you know how to talk to people, if you know how to work, if you get up and go to work, you're gonna survive here. Or like, even if you're a freelancer and you're doing a whole bunch of things, you're gonna survive here. Just don't sit on your ass doing nothing. All right, so other things that you need to know: fires and earthquakes. So when you hear about like fires in the media in Los Angeles, a lot of them are happening around the area. The fires mainly happen in the suburbs, more of the mountainous areas, Calabasas, Malibu, areas with a lot of land, a lot of grass. Whereas in the city, like in downtown, it's very rare for there to be a fire. And if there is, it's easy to put out because there's not as much land and grass there. As far as the earthquakes, we have not experienced an earthquake in our 2 years of living here. The one time that we could have experienced one, we went on our trip to the Grand Canyon. I don't know if you saw my vlog on that, but yeah, like we weren't here. I really kind of want to experience one. And apparently there's gonna be like the big one, which is like, could be like 5 seconds from now. Just kidding. But apparently there's earthquakes every day in just small little areas, but they're just not big, so you don't really feel them. So the last but not least thing to survive in the city is to be emotionally prepared.
Be emotionally prepared.
Be emotionally prepared.
Honestly, the key to surviving here, the key to living here, I mean, like over 50,000 people move out of here within their first 6 months here. Like, the reason why is because you have to be emotionally prepared. This place, again, like, is not for the weak. You have to be strong-minded. You have to keep going. You have to keep moving forward. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of people who are stepping all over each other. Alright, so I had some camera issues, and when we were like editing the video, we realized this part was cut off. So I'm gonna start from here. Be emotionally prepared. This place is marketed as all palm trees and sunsets and just amazing things. But again, there's always pros and cons to almost anything in life, especially when it comes to moving to a new city. So it can be very difficult to make friends out here, especially when you come here not knowing a single soul. There's so many people out here trying to make their dream happen. So sometimes you might feel isolated because it's hard to find that social time, because everyone else has a hard time trying to fit social time into their lives as well. So this place is literally a place you don't just move to, it's a place that you also have to adapt to. And if you're not emotionally strong, this place will make you or break you. So again, have a plan set up and don't set yourself up for failure. So the vibe of the city is sprawling. There's always something to do and you'll never be bored. The one thing that I love about living here is that everyone's literally living their best life, and there's so many people here and so many events, but for some reason, although everyone is here and there's so many people, a lot of people tend to stick to themselves. And even though people stick to themselves and there's these massive events, there's always a sense of safety here. I always feel safe, and there's really not much crime, especially like just going to big events and being around the area. Now in LA, there's actually a lot of Asian and Hispanic culture. It's one of my favorite things here because you can literally get tacos up the street and you can eat the best food outside of Asia. So when you come out here, enjoy your time with exploring a lot of different cultures and enjoying a lot of different foods. A lot of the street names and even city names are attached to the history and the culture of Los Angeles. I mean, the city is literally named the City of Angels in Spanish. So one of the other cool things about living in LA is you're literally just a drive from almost anywhere. You can literally drive 2 hours and be at the beach, be in snow, be in the desert, or even be in a whole nother country. Not even that, you can even be in Vegas within just 4 hours. So living your best life and traveling out here is amazing because you have so many conveniences and so many places to escape to if you're ever tired of the city life. Also, one of the cool things about living in LA is that you're literally a flight away from almost anything at a great price. LA has the second biggest airport in the whole US, and we're so close to Hawaii that there's so many deals. So we actually, from living here, flew to Hawaii for only $149, whereas living on the East Coast, if you want to go to Hawaii, you're going to spend about $1,200. Take advantage of the West Coast flights and the Hawaii flights that you get from living out here in Los Angeles. Remember, if you already have the thoughts about moving to LA in mind, this already proves how unique you are, and this proves that you should definitely do it. Go follow your dream. If I can do it and many of the million other people that moved here can do it, you can do it too. Just remember to have a plan and not set yourself up for failure. So I wish you all the best if you are planning your move out here. Maybe I can see you at my favorite taco spot, Leo's Tacos, or my favorite beach, El Matador Beach in Malibu. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I'll be giving you so many more tips on moving to LA, as well as just a lot of great content on living in LA, from our weekend trips to places to go to take Instagram pictures, as well as some of the best eats in this amazing city. Stay tuned for the video of my apartment tour so I can show you what it's really like to live in LA, as that video is coming out very soon, so stay posted and click that notification bell. Out of all the videos that you could watch out there, I thank you for watching mine. Peace out until next time. Johnny P.